wanted to have a little chat. I just got back from Panera with my old therapist, who is now my friend. So awesome. It's like a waiting period, and then you can become friends if you click with your therapist, who is now retired. She's retired, and it is so awesome to meet with her. We're going to be meeting once a month, having our coffee at Panera, which I do not like Panera, but I will go there to see her. Their soup, their cups of soup are way outrageously priced, like insane. And but coffee, you can refill, and you can refill, and you can refill. And I probably had way too much coffee already this morning. I can't tell. I love coffee. That one's a hazelnut. So something very interesting happened last night, and thank goodness it wasn't even a full 24 hours. But my birth father was getting some dental work done nearby, and he asked if he could have us stay over here because he lives in Arizona and he didn't want to drive all the way back to Arizona at night. That would have been a very long day. And I am a kind person. And I said, well, yeah, you could stay here and crash on our couch. That's cool. But I don't know him very well. He is my birth father. He did not raise me. I was raised by another man who took me on, and I'm so thankful for that other man that I call dad. I call him dad. I often refer to my birth dad as my natural father, which sounds so weird, but that's what comes out. But my old therapist said, birth dad is a good name for him. And we are so different, me and my birth dad. And thank goodness I am developing in a way that I have had people in my life that tell me such good things that add to me. And one of my good friends, Tracy, same name as me, said, you meet people where they are. And then she reminded me, we both love Mel Robbins, of her new book, Let Them. And I still want to run out and get it. I don't know if I'll read it all, but I want to get it. And I watched, the Oprah and the Mel chat about it. And, realizing a lot of it's about control, and I can't control my birth father, and I can't make him what I ever wanted him to be. He will never be what I wanted him to be or what I need him to be. So I meet him where he's at, and I just say, hey, yeah, come on over, crash on the couch, because I'm a kind human being. And that's what happened last night. But we couldn't be more different. We could not be more different. And he wanted to turn on the television. I'm pretty sure he's hard of hearing now. And he puts the volume like, whoa. And he wants to watch Newsmax. And I didn't even really know what Newsmax was. But he asked if we had Newsmax. And it so happens we had Newsmax. And I'm like, yeah, watch what you want. Blah, blah. Usually he watches Westerns, but he wanted to watch Newsmax. And he turned on Newsmax, and within the first 5 minutes, I was like, wow, this is really horrible. They are so mean on here. They are like bashing, negative, horrifying. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. It's like 8:30 at night. I was like, I'm going to go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. Did not want to be around it. I can't even imagine sitting and listening to that day in, day out, which I know that he does a lot of. And it just doesn't seem healthy. And so I went upstairs. And then this morning when I woke up, got him some coffee, had some chats. He's a riot, tells a lot of stories, interesting stories. And I just listen and I laugh. And I'm like, yeah, that's funny. That's a great story. Stories. And, then I went upstairs and said, I got to get ready. I'm going to go meet my therapist, in which he proceeded to say, therapist? Oh, you mean head shrinker? Something like that. I was like, yeah, whatever, Dad. So went upstairs, got ready, and all I could hear was TikTok. Scrolling, TikTok. I'm going to put a little bit of it in here so you get an idea of what I was hearing. Okay, so wasn't that weird? That's what I actually heard when I was upstairs. I had to record it because it was like I was in some sort of like I'm like, where am I? This is insane. In my opinion, it was insane. My house is small. We hear everything in this house. And he's hard of hearing, so it's volume up. And I can't imagine. I'm like, I think TikTok needs to go away. I never wanted to be on it. I've heard it's dangerous. And also, if you're watching a certain thing, the algorithm picks it up and it's just feeding you, feeding you, feeding you. And it's just almost like, in my opinion, brainwashing you. You're getting brainwashed as you get sucked into this weird universe. I don't think that could be good for anyone's brain. Anyone's brain. What happened to enjoying outside nature, going on walks and listening to the birds? And I just can't imagine my life without that sort of thing that keeps me grounded, or finding the magic in your everyday. Like, those are the things that matter to me. Here, it's a salesperson. I'm not going to answer it. Listen. Okay, I'm hiding. I don't like to answer that for salespeople. I'm not going to get it. That's what introverts do when people knock on the door, ring the doorbell. You hide. You hide in a corner and you don't answer. I did not want to talk to the salesperson. So, where was I at? I don't even know where I was at. But anyway, the insanity of TikTok, I think, is crazy. I don't like it. I think it's not good for our brains. I think we need to get back to the basics. We didn't have that years ago. We were running outside, riding our bikes, playing, under the sunshine and the sky, and having the grass under our feet. And it felt good. I just feel like it's just really not good for our brains and our minds and our souls and our spirits. None of it. I just don't think it's good. It's information overload. I mentioned, I think in the video just before this, my trust personally is in God, and that's what keeps me sane. I just say, I don't need all that in my body to like freak it out. I just don't. So it was a lot for me when he was here, and it was overload in the less than 24 hours he was here. But what it made me think about is we all have some sort of a birth story and where we come from. And Rich has his original set of parents, which I always admired, because I always just wanted to have my original set of parents. And that's not how life worked out for me. My parents got a divorce when I was 3. Another man raised me, which I'm super thankful for. He did a great job, don't you think? Good job raising me. He and my mom did a great job raising me. And he took on somebody that he didn't have to take on. I wasn't his blood. And my other father always says, you're my blood. But the other father, I have not his blood. I'm talking like, who talks like that? Someone in Star Wars. Anyway, I have not his blood. And he raised me as if I was his own. And I'm so thankful for that. So in all of that, it made me think, some people are raised by their grandparents. Some people are adopted. Some people have divorced. Some people have their original parents. Like, if you want to share, let me know. What was your upbringing like? Who raised you? And are you thankful for it? Or are you wishing it was different? I'm thankful for how mine turned out. I really am. And it reminds me, though, too, when I was real little, because my birth father didn't just say, oh, yeah, raise me. He held on. He's like, I still want to see her. And so every summer, my mom would ship me up north, 4 hours away. And I would spend my summers visiting my real dad, my birth dad, I should say. And, it was hard because I was a little kid and I was used to the comforts of what I knew. And so when I would go up there, I'd get homesick and I wanted to be with my mom, and it didn't feel comfortable, but he wanted to spend time with his daughter, and my mom shared me, which was really nice. But what blew my mind was, sometimes she would put me on an airplane and I would fly to see him. It's a very short flight because it was only 4 hours from here. So it was like super short flight. But back then you could walk your child all the way up to the airplane basically. And then the flight attendant would keep their eye on the little person. And I asked my mom this morning, how old was I when I was flying up to see my dad? And she said, 3. Can you imagine? Could you imagine putting your 3-year-old on an airplane without you? Even though it was a short flight, my mom says, times were different then, Tracy. Times were way different then. I mean, think about it, Tracy. You walked to school in kindergarten. Things were really different then. So, yeah, they were so different then. I would never put my 3-year-old on an airplane, I'll tell you that. But I have a memory, a vivid memory of a man sitting next to me on the airplane, and he was terrified of flying. And I had my captain's flight wings on, because whenever I flew, the flight attendant would give me my wings. And I was consoling this man. He was probably not even that old. In my little tiny mind, I feel like he was an older guy. And I was telling him it was going to be okay. You're going to make it. I do this. If I can do this, you can do it. And I gave the man a pep talk, and I just have that memory. I don't know if I made it up or if it's really true. And so you know what I decided? I am going to do a self-portrait today, but I think I will, if I even get to it, because I get distracted easy. I really, sometimes I say I'm going to do this, but then I do something totally different. So I can't say what I'm really going to do today. I really cannot. However, I think if I do, I will record the process, but I still want to do the rainbow thing. Heather, such a great idea. And, but I'll probably share it with you next week. And I made a deal with myself that I won't edit on the weekends, and I'll film. I have to film. Like, it's in my blood. I film all the time, but I won't edit during the weekend, because the weekends are for weekends, and, let me dance it out. And I hope to have some conversation down there in the comments. I got a little bit distracted when the salesperson came. So I don't know if I repeated myself. So I might have some heavy editing, because I don't want to repeat myself. And let's dance, because that's fun. I want to dance, and hope you have a great Thursday, whenever you see this, because some people don't even watch it in real time. Have a great day, night, morning, whatever it is you're seeing this. I hope you find the beauty in your day, the magic in your day, and let's dance.